As I've mentioned before, when you come over a state line, there's usually the creme de la creme of the rest areas. The majority of the rest areas in America are very good anyway, but it seems to always be the best ones at the border state lines, basically. So as you come across, there are welcome centres as well. So, you know, they want to definitely, sweet home Alabama, they want to show it off, show their state off, don't they? So let's just have a look at this. This is spot on. I've just had some dinner. Nice little parking area over there. And let's have a look. Let's go. We're going in. You've got, there's the bathroom, toilets and what have you. Then you've got all this welcome centre here. Let's just have a little nosy through here. You've got everything in here that's going to tell you all about Alabama and places to go, and this gentleman here will help you out if you have a problem, won't you, sir?
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Welcome to Alabama.
Thank you very much. So you've got all your stuff, your hotels, your race car, it's going to tell you everything in here. So welcome centres are definitely worth a visit if you're going obviously through the state, and then you'll know exactly what you're going to do. Thank you very much, sir.
You have a great day, sir.
You as well. Right, let me just jump out here. Look at this, eh? Very relaxing. And the weather's grand. It is nice to get into a bit of good weather for a change. Look at what we've got here. Look at this. We've got rocking chairs. Check that out. How cool is that? So you can just sit back here, chill out, and watch the world go by. Which is absolutely lovely. I've mentioned before, I don't think there's anywhere in the world that I've gone to that have rest areas like this at all. You know, it's spot on, it really is. It's lovely. You've got nice little walks around here. They've just about all got walks and stuff you can go on. So you can have a nice little exercise and trot about and do your trotty stuff. 500 and just over 500 and so miles later, and I am in Jonesboro, which is the little place just outside of just over the state line into Arkansas, not too far from, what's that place called, Kansas City. So no, it's not Kansas City. Where am I on about? From Memphis, not that far away from Memphis, Tennessee. Which, surprisingly enough, I did the 500 miles. It's now 7 o'clock. I left at 10 o'clock my time. So 6, 7, 8, 9 hours, just over 500 miles. Which was passing through Atlanta and Memphis as well, through and Birmingham and cities like that. I haven't been through Birmingham for a long time since it was under construction. And that new road they've got around there, man, is unbelievable. Straight through, no messing, so you know, I ain't done bad at all. Like I always say, and I repeat, if you can get to the place, to your shipper, your receiver, your delivery point, always try and get there. If you can, go and ask them. My pickup isn't until 7:30 till tomorrow morning, but I fired it in there as you do. It's 9 o'clock their time. They're 2 hours ahead of me now. I've gained an hour back through the time zones coming west. And I went in, saw the nice lady in there, asked her, I said it's 7 o'clock, 7:30, didn't lie about it, just tell them what your delivery time is, so it's not they're all of a sudden saying, well, it's down here for this. Tell them straight away that your delivery is for tomorrow. Is there any chance, pickup, sorry, is for tomorrow, is there any chance I can get it on tonight? And then everybody knows where they are, there's no hidden gems or anything like that. She knows where she's looking on her sheet and stuff like that. You don't want to upset them. Remember, you're in the gods. You're in them transport gods. You're in their hand. And she says, yes, it might be a little while, but we will get you. Just go stop, cool your reefer down, your fridge down, and we'll get you. And she says you can park straight out on the road out front as well. So I'm not wasting any time at all. You know what I mean? I'm going to be sat. It's only 7 o'clock my time. It's not late. And it's always a lot better to get it on the night before, 100%. You know where you are, you can get it whatever time you want. I've got, well, on the route planner thing, which does the car one, that's telling me to go up through here and what have you, and across the way, which, that's Colorado. No way am I going Colorado this time of year. Not in a month of bloody Sundays, I'll tell you. Never going to happen. So I'm going to drop down and we'll go my way. This way. So we'll go down through a little bit of Texas, and then you get down through New Mexico, right the way across New Mexico. You know the score, you've seen my other routes, the usual one up to Salt Lake City, which is ideal. What do? I do all the way across Arkansas into Oklahoma, right the way across Oklahoma. I'm staying on the same road because that'll be interesting when I drop onto the 40 to see how many miles that road says on my GPS actually, because that is I'll be on the 40 for a good 600, 700 mile probably, right the way across 1, 2, 3, 4 states. So you know, that's gonna be good to see that. It's 100 mile longer for me to drop down to go through New Mexico and that way rather than going up. So it's about 100 miles, something like that. So it's not that far on my way, but there is you know, you can't go Colorado this time of year. If it had been summer, I would have chanced it and gone across there, and it'd have been nice, a little picturesque run across there, but not this time of year. Nope, no sirree, I ain't sticking. You just wouldn't do it, put it that way. You'd either go higher up through Wyoming and come across or lower down. It's got snow flurries at the moment, which forecast, but nothing drastic, so I'm hoping that it's going to be all right all the way across. Well, until I get to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, like we're over here. I'm just on this little bit of storm right down the bottom there. Richard's up here somewhere playing in the snow, having fun. Lucky devil. Not, it's all slushy and slitty where it's sleety where he is. So I'm right on here, so right the way across, and then start heading up. Salt Lake City's over here, there where that little pond is. It is snow float, it's jumping about round there and shit like that. So hopefully, I know it's no fun for you because you're dying to see me sling them chains, but who's to know in 1600 mile what it's going to be like in the next couple of days, you know. So fingers crossed it's going to be all right for me, I'm hoping. So it's a nice steady run. I get it on tonight, I'll get it tomorrow, something like 6 o'clock, set off. I only have to do just over 500 mile days or something like that. I will try to do a few extra miles each day the first couple of days, just so I've got a bit of because it doesn't unload until, when's it unload? Let's have a look. It doesn't unload till Tuesday, I think. Tuesday 11:30. I aren't going to get them, well, I'll get them Monday, but, so we'll try them Monday, but I aren't super rushing across, and really, I'll just take it reasonably steady. But it's very fast, is that road across the 40, all the way across New Mexico. It's like 75 mile an hour speed limit. So you can easily cover some good ground going all the way across here. So 700 mile days are not difficult at all, you know what I mean? You can do those pretty easy if you keep it lit. So if I can get a 700 mile a day in tomorrow, and then the next day 650 or something like that, and then I can afford to sit back and probably stay in. I'll probably try and get Sunday night or Monday night. No, Sunday. Will I get Sunday night? No, I don't think I'll get to. What I was going to look at getting at Moab on Sunday night, but that'll be too far anyway, pushing it. So I'll be somewhere in New Mexico, west side, the other side of Albuquerque, probably Sunday night. Tomorrow, where will I get to tomorrow? Well, we'll see where we get to. I'll be into New Mexico, I think. Yeah, New Mexico. I don't know, I could actually make, we'll see what we will see. It'll be what it'll be. Like I say, kick it first couple of days, and then I can afford, if I have to sling chains, I can afford to lose a couple of hours over the mountain. I've only got, you see, Albuquerque, I want to get through there because there's a big old mountain that drops down into Albuquerque, and that sometimes gets a little bit messy over there, if they start crashing and messing about down there, that road can be shut down for quite a bit. So I want to get over that really if I can. And then we can. The other bits are a lot quieter. Coming over the mountain out of Moab and things like that, there isn't the traffic on there. So even if it does get snowy, it shouldn't be too bad with messing about with other cars and vehicles. So without talking too fast, I've got my load that's going to go on tonight. I'm going to go to sleep, and we'll speak to you later. I'm about 100 miles away from where I got loaded last night. Even though the weight's down, the weight's at 37,000, so I know it's going to be underweight. Let's just do this. I'm still going to weigh it. What's that doing? Okay, there's nobody here. No, but everybody's ignoring me.
Hello, first where we weigh?
First weigh.
May I have your tractor number, please?
39.
Alright, you're good to go ahead and pull around.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
She was very polite, wasn't she? Yeah, even though I know the weight's going to be under, and you can feel it as well, but when you're driving it, obviously, I still want to make sure they haven't put a shitload of weight on the back end, nothing on the front, so my axles are right, you know what I mean? So, just a peace of mind. It's what, 12 bucks. So, it's definitely worth doing it. So, here we are in the truck stop. I'm coming in for a shower anyway, so... So all good, good, and it's a beautiful day. Look at it, still sunny, truck's still clean. It's what we love. Right, I've weighed it off, and I've got my weight here. Look at the scale. We don't need that bit. That's the receipt bit. I am on the front axle. That's okay. Drive axles, I'm 27,660. On the rear, the tandems, the trailer wheels, I'm 32.6, which I knew I'd be alright, but as you can see there, I'd really prefer the weight a little bit further forward on the drive axles. So it's always worth checking, because I'm only what am I, just over a ton on my maximum. I'm 34 on my drives, on my drives and on my tandems. So we're gonna just jump out and take it back a little bit. I've got plenty of room. It's quite far forward anyway. I had it because I thought this load was going to be light, so I'm just going to pop that out and move it back. I'll take it back onto the California, the 40 foot mark, and put it right in the middle. Or maybe no, that should do me. That should put me a ton up to the front and off the back. So that should work out what that. Ooh, if I go a little bit further, it might. We'll find out when I get to a scale, won't we? It should even it out, so I should be even all the way across the board then. Like I said, it's definitely worth, even if the weights are low, you know, on your bills, and they tell you that they're only 37, so you've still got for 7 left to play with or something like that. 7? Yeah, is that 7? Yeah. You've still got 7 left to play with, 7,000, which is 3.5 ton. Still weigh it off, because you just don't know where they put the produce. It could be all slammed on your back end or something like that. You at the first wave scale, you're all right on your gross weight, but you're going to be bollocks on your axle. So there's 100 bucks, ka-ching, straight away. So today I am in Oklahoma. I've got over the state line, and here I am. There's the lovely lorry park. Let me show you another nice little reception area. Let's just trot on here and have a look. To be fair, Arkansas was a little bit better than this one. But we'll have a look inside. Look, we've got a nice little seating area again, but no rocking chairs on this one, I'm afraid. No rocking chairs. So that's a point against them, isn't it? But we'll have a look in. So you come inside and you've got a lovely big open up. Look at this building, that's something. That's a fancy pants building, that. And you've got all your usual information, like in all the other ones that we've been to, and you can get water and all stuff like that. And then they've got vending machines and different things over there. Obviously there isn't a restaurant or anything like that here. It's just your welcome centre basically. And these people will help you out as much as they can. There's Route 66 that runs through here, like I've said before, that runs all along the 40 up there. Look, as you're going all the way across there, you've got 66 that runs in and out of the 40. So I'm going to just chill out here a little bit and then go have a cup of tea, as you do. Catch you later. So come out, look what the lovely lady's given me. I've got a book full of stuff and all sorts of on Indians and Route 66 and a map, the lot. She's given me everything in there, absolutely, all free. We like that free, don't we? So I'm gonna have a look at this, see if I can do a bit of Route 66 through Oklahoma, and see if I can have a look at that, because I don't get, this is the first, I can't even speak. This is the first time I've come across this part of Oklahoma on 40, Interstate 40. I haven't been as far this east, to be fair. I have to jump on it. I've got to go a little bit before I'll actually get onto the 66 that runs in and out. Another, I don't know, about a couple of hours or something like that. But we'll try and find something before it gets too dark. Bye-bye. Morning all. Now I am in Texas. Here's the truck park. Look at that big old truck park. Huge one in here. This is quite a ways into Texas. I'm not far off Almarillo, or something or other down there. I didn't make it to the Great Texan last night, but hey ho, I got here. It was late on when I got here. It was about 7 my time, so it'd have been 9 o'clock by the time I got down to Almarillo and stuff like that, so it'd have been nearly on closing then, because they're 2 hours ahead, obviously. The show at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock anyway, so there'll be another time and I will get there. But look at this is big brass Texan. This really is, Tex City's really big hat, big and proud, and like I said before, you'll see the flag flying in a lot of places. They are very proud people of their state. They wanted to become independent at one time, I think. I don't know if they still do, probably. But anyway, let's fire in here. I always come and fill my water up here. That I'm not today. Damn! Out of order. Shoot, never mind. But look at this. You've got our usual welcome centre with all your stuff and your malarkey. It'll tell you all about what's happening. So, doesn't seem to be anybody on the reception at the moment. It isn't even 9 o'clock yet, so maybe they start a bit later on, I don't know. I presume so. But you've got a few vending machines and stuff like that. But look at this out here. Look at these great planes. Nice little rest area. You know, you've got seating area like in a lot of them and stuff like that. Really pretty. And look at it, it's just huge. I don't know if I can go up there. I'll probably find a way to get up there. And you've got, I don't know if you can make all those birds coming over. Are they birds or clouds? Oh, they're birds. Yeah, migrating birds. Whoa. No, I'm tripping the clouds. Never mind. Look at these great big plains as you come out. From here, I'm basically on the line of east side of South Dakota, which is all flat and stuff like that, right the way up there, nearly to the Canadian border of. So it's all flat all the way through this part. I've got a little mountain as I get down into New Mexico, middle of New Mexico, sort of that, and then apart from that, flat, all the way across. It really is. So these old big old plains would have been full of old buffalo and shit back in the day, and mammoths, them woolly odd mammoths and things like that, big old tusks and what have you. So I'm going to crack on, have myself a cup of tea, and then hit the road. It's like I say, it's about 7 o'clock, so let's get moving. Hey guys, what do you think of today's view? Truck with a view. I'm just outside of Almarillo, and I'm going to go have a look over the Cadillacs. So here I am outside of Almarillo. This is the collection of Cadillacs that was started in 1949 by a group of 3 hippies, apparently so. So the wife informs me, and as we know, the wife's always right. You got 10 cars going down here. They were part of some race thing as well for the jumps, and it's for the evolution of the you see the fins up on the top here. It was the change of the fins throughout the years of the 10 years they went along on the Cadillacs. So pretty cool really, and of course people come here and paint all over them and stuff like this going on here. Absolutely cool, eh? You imagine the amount of people that have come here. I've missed this turning off quite a few times, but I've made it this time, so happy days. There's another one ticked. If we look up close at these, you can see the amount of paint over the years. But remember these oh, that'll be wet. Remember, these have now been on up here for what, 72 years or something like that. Look at the amount of paint that's gone on and on and on over them. Amazing, really. What a cool place. Whoa. Well, like I say, that one's ticked. It's time to move on, find something else. I just noticed this here as well, guys. If you're coming up, you've got, if you look over there, there's you've got a Cadillac museum with an RV park. So if you're in your RV or you're on a road trip and you've hired an, oh my god, oh, I thought that one, I thought there wasn't an entrance to the freeway. Then there is. We're good, we're good. You can always stop there. So that's worth a note if you want to have a quick. To be fair, you're only going to be at the Cadillac place for what, 30 minutes if you want to do some pictures of it or something like that. I don't know. Maybe paint something on it. Don't forget, take your cans home with me. That was a bit disappointing. People have fucking chucked their cans on the floor. There, that's a great move, mister. Not half-wit. Yeah, people had sprayed, and then there's a big old dumpster skip just outside the entrance where you can throw all your rubbish in there and stuff like that. But no, they chuck it straight on the ground. This is me off. It happens over here, it happens in Europe, it happens all over the world. It still annoys the shit out of me. Coming out, big truck. Thank you.
Continue on I-40.
So onwards we go. It is dinner time. And when you're in New Mexico, what else to eat? Mexican food, obviously. And nice little truck park. That's Route 66 right there. That's the part of the old 66. There's the 40 that, like I said before, runs parallel alongside of it. And let's have a little check inside of here. This is a cool little truck stop. This is about 100 mile east of Albuquerque. So it's a nice little spot. I've stopped in the town before, a couple of restaurants a bit further over down there. And really good food and nice. What I like about New Mexico, I like a lot about it, but it's very similar to running Spain. As when I was in Spain, you always get the special, like the menu del dia and things like that, which is pretty bloody cheap. We like that idea. We like cheap like the budgie. You've got your trinket shop and all these stuff, and they've got some quite good things. I'm going to look at some t-shirts over there later. The wife is going to have a fit because I'm always buying t-shirts, as you know. I've got abundance of t-shirts and then just to wear about 7 of them and don't wear any others. So we'll have a little look in a minute. Anyway, I'm absolutely starving, so I see this outside seating here as well. So that's why we pulled into here. You got your knives and your daggers and all that larky and things like that, and some fudge and things. Oh my god, fudge, plenty of fudge. So look, I've got the outside seating, so I'm going to fire it out here. Get sat down, and then I'll let you know afterwards what the food's like and see how we go. So I've just finished my dinner. That was me burritos. That was absolutely spot on in this little diner, really impressive. And that's what it's all about. I say, you've got to take time out to get out of the goddamn truck, get out of it, and make the effort, plan your route out so you know how many miles you've got to do each day and things like that. Obviously in winter it's a little bit harder because it's hard to imagine in maybe tomorrow I might be slinging chains. Look at it out here. There I am on Route 66, sat here on the Route 66, having dinner, chilling out. And it's lovely and sunny. It's not super warm. It's probably about 15, 14, something like that. A bit warmer in the sun. But it is, it's nice. When you're thinking a day's time, I'm going to be slinging them bloody chains probably. Paul, my buddy who I met on the way down, he's been stuck over 4th of July Lookout Pass, sorry. He was stuck there for a while. He didn't have to sling his chains. Luckily, he got over it. But it's pretty shitty up in the north at the moment. So I'm just taking it easy, taking it in the sun. The little bit I'm going to have for another day or so, hopefully. And then we'll see what happens a bit further up. Like I say, plan your route out. Get out of that truck. You've got to get out. Got to get out. Don't matter whether you're here, England, Europe, wherever you're doing. Don't just do that chase all the time. It's going to do you no good at all. Get out, and these are cheap, if we can't afford to eat out now and then, the job's really not worth doing, it isn't, basically. So I'm going to wrap up here and get out. I don't know if you can see the sat nav up there, the GPS or not. I'm just at the top left-hand corner, west of New Mexico now. Coming out. It's back on lockdown again, the Navajo reservation. They did open it up a little bit for the takeaway restaurants and things like that, but it seems to have gone back again to the problems. So it's not looking good on here for them again. So I aren't staying on this side. I need to get into Colorado and get up off the reservation and get the hell out of here, because I have stopped. I usually stop sometimes in the desert, basically, out there in the desert where I did my Happy New Year video from, and things like that. You get beautiful stars. You can see the stars are absolutely amazing on a clear night there, obviously, because you get no light pollution or anything like that. It's really nice. But they're a bit nervous at the moment, are all the Native Americans, the Indians and that, with COVID about. And if they're on full lockdown, I don't want to be sat out anywhere in the middle of nowhere. I just want to keep moving. You will see, like in the other reservations, they'll have blockades at the roads that lead off the main road, so you can't actually go into any of the housing areas or anything like that. You can just stick to the main road and get through. So I'm keeping it lit and getting out of here, to be fair, leaving to be as it is. So there's a couple of these trucks. There's another one right up there. We've been following each other pretty close together all the way across, so I'm just going to stick with them, safety in numbers kind of thing, and just keep it like this. That'll work. You know what I'm saying? We're done good though. I'm not done good. We're done good. I'm only 342 mile away from Salt Lake City, so I'll be there hopefully by lunchtime tomorrow. My delivery until the day after, obviously, but we'll see what they say when we get there. I'll do a few things in the morning as well. Good night. Morning, y'all. I got into Colorado last night. Just into Colorado, basically. It's only that little corner that I cut anyway, that we cut into out of New Mexico. I stopped there on the scale. It was a bit chilly this morning. It was down at -8. But seriously, I can't believe the weather. You know, global warming or whatever you call it, this isn't normal. This was meant to be, like I've explained before, was going to be one of the coldest winters in 7 years, a super La Nino or something they call it. It was meant to be super bad and harsh and lots of snow and shit like that, but you take a look at that and you tell me, what do you think? It is spot on. You know, last week I was coming through the snow coming through here, and it was borderline whether they were about to put chains on. As you can see, it's grand. We're loving it. If you're coming down these roads, it is 65 on here. I think 65 is quite ample, to be fair. You don't want to be going anything over 65 on your single track roads. It's 75 down in Texas, but they're dead straight roads, so you know, it's happy days. But be warned, beware. Police coming towards you, the cops coming towards you, they have radars in the cars that work extremely well, as I found out again the other day when we were going into the yard in my truck, my pickup truck. Yeah, I got a speeding ticket. I got, it's that V8. It's that V8 engine in them Ford F-150s. It's Jack's fault as well. I blame Jack for half of it, because he always says, go faster, daddy, faster, daddy. Because when we're on our own, little secret, don't tell the wife, we wound the windows down and we built it, because it just sounds awesome. But there you go. Anyway, so I was overtaking the yard, got done for 72. The cop was well in front of me, coming towards me, pushed. But luckily, he was a nice cop. He let me off with 55 rather than 72 bucks before. So, you know, bit of a result, 105 bucks, you know. Shouldn't have done it. It was one of them things, kind of thing. So be warned, they're coming towards you. They can read you coming towards you and stuff like that, so just be warned of that. Just keep it 65, it's ample as that. I get up on the freeway, it's 80 mile an hour, you know what I mean? So you're going to make time up if you need to make time up anyway. It's not as though you're going to be stuck to 55 or something silly all day long. And I think the copper as well, why he reduced the speed, so he was doing me for that, was the fact that the fine was nothing to the ear beating I got off the wife. Jesus, man, did she go on forever? It must have gone on for 20 minutes. Then we got into the yard, up into the office. She had to tell everybody in there about my downfall and how ridiculous it was. It's like, oh gosh. So, you know, A part of me was hoping the copper had zip tied me and carried me away, but hey ho, shouldn't have done it, shouldn't we? Live and learn, especially not with a wife in the car. Honest love you. I'm just going to fire it into this rest area here. Nice little rest area. Managed to get a couple of pics as I was coming down into where the archway is. It's only, what is it? It's half past 10 here. Half past 10. I'm only 200 miles away. If it hadn't have been winter, I would have stayed in Moab and gone and done some hikes or something like that. But I still, you know, it's hit and miss with the weather, and I've got a big old mountain pass to get over. I'm coming away from Moab, going up to, what is it, to Salt Lake City. Well, it's just south of Salt Lake City where I'm going. And it's not booked in until tomorrow afternoon. I will get there today. We'll have a chat with them. I'll be there for this afternoon. So, like I say, I would have, as a rule, just stopped in Moab. Probably could get back this afternoon, got a hotel, and stayed there and moved off in the morning. But with the weather the way it is, you just can't predict it. You know what I'm saying? What do you think of that? Is that pretty up there? That's cool, isn't it? Can't beat that for a little rest area, can you?
1/4 mile. Turn right on US 191, then take the first right.
That's some pretty dogs of them, aren't they? That's some pretty dogs. Right, we'll catch you all in a bit, guys. We'll it's cup of tea time, I think, and we're gonna go have a cup of tea and a little trot round here. Bye-bye. The drive out of that little rest area down there where the hole in the wall is, or house in the wall, or house in the cave, whatever it's called, I don't know. It's quite spectacular. It's quite a pull out of here. Yes, you know, I think some people don't say, know how lucky they are. I definitely aren't one of those people. I know I'm extremely lucky to be able to work here and have all that I've got with my beautiful wife and son. I'm going to stop in Moab and do a wee bit of shopping, I think. Might go for a wander. So when shopping, I'm just outside of Moab here. I've parked in this here car park before. It's absolutely beautiful. There's the river that runs along down there. Really cool. And look at that rock. Can you see that one? Where are we? Right there. Look at that one. Looks like it's going to fall at any time. Anyway, it does say... where's the sign? Can't see the sign. Oh, there it is. There it is. It does say no overnight parking for trucks. But it doesn't say anything about... seem to have taken over quite a few spaces. Maybe we could have straightened it up, and rather than taking 4, we could have just taken... Well, rather than taking 8 or whatever we've got, maybe it could have straightened it up a little bit and taken a bit more. But it doesn't say anything about not parking trucks. It just says don't overnight park trucks. So I'm going to go for a little trot. I've got some time to kill, so I'm all right. You know, I don't have to be... I ain't going to get there today. I ain't going to go knocking on the door and pestering and shit like that, see if I can get unloaded. I think a day earlier would be a bit much. As long as I get there tonight, and then I can see what time they're going to unload me, because it's not till midday, the unloading booking time. So if I get there today, and then I'll find out when they're going to unload me, as long as I'm on the doorstep, because I know I can park outside, I won't have to start my e-log, you know what I mean? So I aren't wasting any time. I've got my next load already. Good old transport, good old dispatch, they sorted me out, and I'm loading in not far away from where I'm unloading in Salt Lake City, just south of Salt Lake City rather, and that's back for Tacoma, which is South Seattle, and then it'll be straight home. Good news, Thermo King want to bring it in, they're going to do all the work with it, and sort it all out, because I told you the problems. There is an array of problems with the back of this. After Adrian took it apart and had a look, he said, Vernon, this thing is shit. This thing has been had over, basically, we have. Which I don't think, genuinely, I don't think it was the salesman we got it off. I don't think it was his fault. I don't think he knew what was wrong with it. He bought a job lot of these Thermo Kings, which were the recalled ones, like I told you before. If you listen to me in the other videos, they used to have the Peugeot engine in them. The Peugeot engine was a load of shit. It wasn't a shit engine, apparently. It just couldn't cope with being in the back of there and running the generator, the compressor, and to keep everything cool. So it was rattling itself apart. So they took that one out, and they've redone it with another engine, for a Japanese engine or something. But it turns out on the so they're all on recalls, these. We got it 10 grand cheaper than the list price. So we got it for about 61, 62 or something like that. It is actually brand new, basically, all the chassis, everything like that. It might have been on the road for no length of time. But for some reason, inside the generator and that has come out of a 2015. So, you know, alarm bells ring. So when Adrian took it apart with the problems and it was rattled, like I said, it didn't sound right. Something was wrong. I was right. You know, after 32, 34 years rather of driving, you get to know. I ain't no mechanic, but you can hear things out right in there. So he took it apart, yeah, 2015 in there. It's been damaged as well. The compressor and everything that runs all the cold air that runs in to keep it cold and everything like that has come out of a damaged trailer, Adrian suspects, because there's marks on it and there's all sorts of shit. He says this compressor is on its way out. It had some bad work done in there. It really had, to get it all running and stuff like that. So that was the noise I'm hearing from the compressor. It was making that horrible noise and setting up. So anyway, Thermo King have decided, well, the old man, the boss, he rang him up and he's had a fit on them. They said, bring it in, we're going to sort it all out and stuff like that. Otherwise, he said he's going to cancel the next trailer. So happy days, I'm going to drop it in there, then I'll be going home. Little rant about, I've been shopping and this is what I've got. I have two bosses. I bought myself some salt, always handy. Grab yourself a little bag of salt, stick it on the back this time of year, you don't know. As I said before, I have my two bosses. I have my boss's son and the old man, John. John is the real bargain hunter of a man. I can't knock the guy. He's been in business, what, for 40 plus years now. So I've never been in business myself, never owned my own truck. So, but if he does see a bargain like these goddamn shitty tyres that I don't like, they were cheap, he put them on. I have complained and complained about them, but I know for a fact, the more I complain, John is never going to change these tyres. If it had been for Casey, I probably wouldn't have these on. But that's the way it works. So there's no point in me going on. They are on until they last now. I know that for a fact, because the more I moan, the more the old man will back into and not do them. I know that. You get to know how people work. So bought myself some salt just to cover me back, to try and get me out of car parks if it shit does hit the fan, or I can't get out anywhere. Just, you know, little things like that. It's $3 for a bag of salt. That could save me sat about for hours waiting for a tow truck or something just to get me off a bloody car park, you know what I mean? Or having to sling chains or stuff like that. So remember, little things like that helps. I have a shovel and other little bits carry on the back. You know, it doesn't take a lot. They're only a few dollars, few pounds or something like that. It just makes life a lot easier for yourself. It really does. So I'm going to go for a little trot, a little walk around the river and what have you, a couple of hours in maybe, or something like that, and then back out again. How cool is this? Can you hear all the drums? There's a band practicing. And the echo, the acoustics are fantastic. This is beautiful. Just remember, when doing trails this time of year, there ain't a lot of people on them. Make sure you aren't doing it just before it gets dark. You don't want to be stuck out here when that sun goes down, because God, that'll get bloody cold. It's not exactly that warm now, but it's warmer than it has been, that's for sure. So we've got to take advantage of it. This is something else. Look at this front part of the trail. This is a cracking little trail. This is really easy to get to, this one as well. It is getting cold though, I tell you. I'm climbing up it's slowly rising this, and it's getting a bit cold. Got my big kite on though, so I should be alright, shouldn't I? Very desolate though. This would be ideal cougar mountain lion territory. And I haven't seen anybody since I'm about a mile or so in. You see the archways up there, where the wind's blowing round. Moab, Utah, all around here, there's so many rock formations like this. You can just go on forever and ever, it really could. Don't think you'd ever get bored of looking for trails around here, that is for sure. This is interesting. Looks like the trail end. Oh no, we're up here. You gotta be careful as well. On some of them, I've done some trails and then realised that I've ended up on basically an animal track. So, gotta be a bit cautious as they get narrower and narrower and further on. Wow, look at that. Looks like there's been a forest fire here. This is all old forest fire burn sometime. Spooky. Absolutely beautiful. The river's just to the right of me there. So if this trail does carry on along the river, I shouldn't actually go up any higher. It should just stay along, shouldn't it? Flat. Let's see if we end up getting out of here. I wonder if Captain Cook heard that noise. And you know what happened to him, the poor devil? They cooked him. They ate the poor man. Captain Cook got cooked. Do you think he thought he'd be on the menu? Poor bugger. That's barbaric. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, them drums are getting closer. Them indie bugs are going to get me. I wonder if Captain Cook thought it was a hot tub he was getting into and all excited about it before he realised it was getting a little tad too hot. Let's go investigate. That was fantastic. See, you've got to get out that truck and get for a walk. I wasn't expecting this. Absolutely lovely. Here you go, this is Colorado, that river there. It won't freeze right over, it'll only go up to about what it is now. When the weather really drops down, you'll get bigger icebergs coming down. Icebergs? Floating ice, whatever you want to call them, will come down. This used to there used to be a boat that went across here for the old carriages and stuff like that. That's going to cost you, back in the day, about $100 of today's money to get across. If not, you had to go way up the river, further up the trail, and they had to lift the carts down all the way on ropes and pulleys and shit like that. So somebody built a boat that went across. It was about $4, I think it said, or but equivalent to today's money, that would have been $100. But it was about 100 miles or something for the next crossing where they used to lift it down. Imagine getting all the way to here and they're saying it's $100 and you ain't got $100. You got to go 100 miles north. You'd be like, what the f? Really? Oh, come on, love, we won't bother going over that river. Let's go home. I know a lot of you have seen it on my other videos and things of Moab. You're probably bored of it, but it's still... I'm going to show you again, because I can, and I am. It's just bloody amazing. It really is. I've never been to a place like it. I've just had, what have I had? About 4 hours missing about this morning, 4 or 5 hours. Just outside of Moab, then stopped in Moab, then out of Moab, and then just on this little bit. Been for a lovely hike. Really enjoyed it. Not too far in, it's pretty nippy out there still, even though it looks... When you stop still at this here, it's at 21 degrees with the sun on you. Once you get starting to go up a little bit to the right there, it's starting to get a little bit chilly a bit further up. Check this out. There's no ice floating down the river now. That's how much it's warmed up. All the ice is obviously from the night that's come down, that was floating. That's all gone now.
Continue on US 191.
Yes, I will. That was the Colorado, as I mentioned before, the Colorado. I know the wife's probably going to edit this when she comes to do it, and she'll say, oh my God, Ben, I told you to make these videos shorter. But I just love to show these bits. There's the sheriff back there. Ease up, Tiger. What a job being a sheriff around here, eh? That'd be nice. Just cruising round. What a job being a truck driver. Wait for this little bit, wait for it, wait for it. There's a hike I've been to up the left there as well. That's a good one. That's if you turn left, it's a couple of miles down there. You see, I want to do all these hikes. I want to, later in life when I'm too old to do them, to say to my son, rather than just shooting to industrial estates and sat there like a muppet, I'm getting paid to be out here. So that's what I keep always saying, get out that bloody truck, get out the truck and get looked, you're there and you're getting paid for it. I want to be able to say to my son, oh yeah son, as you're coming down into Moab, if you take the trail off to the left, that'll take you up there, and then there's another one, good one on the right, and that'll take you to the top. I want to be able to do all that, not say, oh, I don't know what's on the other side of there, or yeah, that industrial estate's nice to park on, or shit like that. I want to be able to add to the, I want the story. I want to be able to tell that story, not that I shot through it. Make memories. I don't know if you noticed that they're sliding down the sand dumey cliff thing, job, whatever you want to call it. I'd get me one of them bicycles, but them bloody saddles do not look good for my tiny bony ass. I'll only do a little bit when we come out the other side of this corner. I ain't going to bore you with it. The people who have seen it before, if you've all seen it before, just fast forward. there is a lot of new people subscribing to my channel and things like that. Thank you very much for subscribing. Please remember to press the subscribe and the bell. Bing, bing, top right hand corner, I think it is somewhere. Something like that. No doubt there'll be some kind of sarcastic message from the wife on that, where I've got it wrong or something. Big old rock to the right. How did that get there? How did that appear? Where's it come from? A big old rock like that. That isn't a mountain part. So where's that come from? It's just like right there. Snow I've come into, little flurry. This is right up near the top of the mountain, so it's just hit me now as this, like it was like going through a wall, opening a door, and poof, it was there, just this little bit. I don't know if the camera picks this up or not, but it's if that's all it's got to give me, well, I'm quite happy with that. I really am. I'm down at the top. So obviously we're going to be okay. That's great. I've got about 50 mile of when to the top of this isn't very far. This is we can nearly see a few more bends and I'm over the top and dropping down the other side. Big old long slope coming down the other side. But it ain't going to be any trouble at all. I can see that from here. So not a worry. And then you go through a few little causeways and stuff like that, but I'm further lower down, so if it ain't snowing really, it's only giving me this little flurry. It ain't going to be anything to worry about further on, that is for sure. And then I drop into Salt Lake City. And I've only got, what have I got? I've got Cabbage off Dead Man's Pass there to worry about, and Snoqualmie, that one. Up we go. If it carries on like this, things are going to thaw out on there. The temperature. What we got? No, we're still all frozen up. It's only at 0 though, it's not super cold. You know, I've seen temperatures over here dropping down to -16 and things. I'm here. I didn't get unloaded.
You will arrive at your destination.
Yes, we will. Thank you very much. Now, this is interesting. This is in Outburger. Wow, the queue is horrendous. Can I get over there? I don't think we're going to try the drive-through. I haven't got my trailer on, by the way. I've dropped my trailer, so I don't think the drive-through's for me. Do you? They in Outburger are always really busy. They're horrendous. So I'm going to spoil myself with an Outburger. I've dropped the trailer over at Nestle. Is it Nestle? So that's a cool-looking caravan. And we're treating myself to in Outburger. In Outburger aren't in every state. They're, we don't have them in Washington State, and they've got this hidden menu. I've told you before, I've done it on one of my other videos. You've got to get the gorilla fries and all this, and these are the dog's dangly burger. That sounds wrong. No, these are really nice burgers. They're spot on. What's that? Smart, isn't it? That looks a real off-road machine, does that bad boy, doesn't it? Like that. So, yeah, we won't do the Look at the queue. Apparently I can go in and get a grab one to come out though. Shut up! Stupid woman. Yeah. 9 o'clock in the morning, she says I can... where's he going? Oh, he's going off-roading. 9 o'clock in the morning, the nice lady says I can go back and hopefully check in then. So, no worries. I've fueled up, all ready to rock tomorrow and get up to my next pickup and then straight home. So, let's go get an in-out burger. I'm like a child. Let me just show you really quick because I am starving to eat this. This is in-out burger. Look at that bad boy burger. Seriously. And this is the animal fries. You get all sorts of you get roadkill ones and all sorts on the menu. That's a Neapolitan. I've shown them before when I was down in LA. I got one. That's a Neapolitan is all the different milkshakes all put together. That is the big animal burger, the bad boy with the onions. And like I say, so that's me, Happy Bunny. Good morning. I'm just on the truck stop. I stayed outside the place last night because I knew if I come back down the truck stop it was going to be absolutely heaving down here. I wouldn't get parked or anything, so I went back up to it's only 2 miles up the road, and of course I'm running on PC like I've explained before, personal conveyance. I can run about here because my trailer's up yonder and it doesn't really matter, and it doesn't matter because my e-log's not going to be started yet. That's bright, isn't it? Just put it back in here. So now I'm going back up there. It's just 9 o'clock now. They said they'd let me check in a couple of hours before me. Delivery's not till 11 o'clock, so we're good to go. We're going to fire it on out of here. Mosey on up there. My can I go out this way? Yeah, I can. My pickup is 8 till 5, so, and it's not that far up the way, and it's heading north, so it's on the way home anyway. So that's pretty good. Well, thank you very much, sir. That's good. I can, you know, I get that on, and then I'll start heading home. I'll be there for Thursday. All being well on the mountain passes. They're looking good at the moment. Everything's still looking hunky-dory. The cabbage, the Dead Man's Pass, isn't meant to snow until, when's it going to snow? On Friday, towards the back end of the week. So my buddy, the weatherman Richard, tells me he's always on the ball. So fingers crossed, if I keep the weather like this. There was a hell of a storm though last night. Man, there was, it was 65, 70 mile an hour gusts apparently. It kept me up about 12 o'clock it hit. I was up till about 2 o'clock. It was pretty bad, it really was. It was rocking all over the place. What's happening? Are we going? Are we letting me go? Are you going? I'm going. Beautiful, man. Yeah, I was surprised about the wind coming down because I was nestled. If you look over to the left, over here, I was just one junction up and I was nestled right at the foot of that mountain. And it was still battering me about. Now looking at it though, there's a gap in between those two mountains there. It's probably where the wind was hoiling down through there. You'll see it in a minute. Giving it odd the shaky. But the truck's still clean, that's the main. It's a bit dusty and what have you, but I can't believe we've managed to dodge rain and snow all the way across from... I've had a little flurry, didn't I, yesterday coming over the mountain. That's the mountain you come across, straight in front of me there. Coming over... I forget what that mountain's called. Big little snowy freezy mountain, we'll call it. That one, it was a little tad, but nothing really. All the way from... God, I can't remember where I hit bad weather. Atlanta, in Georgia, I washed the truck. But before that, there was none for quite a bit. So I've been really lucky on this trip. Getting closer, coming out of it. Anybody coming into Nestle, or if you park around here, they've got a nice walk to the right hand side there. It's Nestle, I called it something else I think before. But if you could do this one to my American buddies, you come in here, you've got to take a wide swing to get in here. This scale will eat your tyres, it'll grab them trailer tyres if you don't. You'll see it in a minute. It's if you end up hugging that curb there, you're going to end up doing all them marks on that, like a few people have, and just push themselves round on it, as you can see. That's not the general thing. That would be frowned upon, wouldn't it? Big old gouge out the trailer. But give her a good old swing out and you'll be right. Hey-o! So I've got loaded at last. It wasn't too bad actually, it was about an hour in there. Give me the weight, load and everything like that, and it is supermarket restock. Happy days. It's milk I've loaded, so straight home, just weighed off as well. 79 whatever, can you see that? Let's have a look. Look at those, they're good on those weights, aren't they? So I ain't bothered about that 440 on the front axle. I ain't bothered about the 180 either. I ain't even gonna mess about. I could go forward on the axle one or so and get it right on, bang on there, but I ain't really bothered. I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm on the 40, so I'm happy with that. I'm just waffling there, right? So we've got some pizza night. We're about out of food. We've got one meal left. So I've got 802 miles to do to Tacoma. This is the last part of the trip. So I should be. This is as well, look at this. This is up in Little Switzerland, they call it. In Utah. It's another part of America I've never been to before. You go up over this bloody big old mountain you do to get over here. And I'm like thinking, what the hell have they got out here that's worth, you know, a factory out here kind of thing. So when I went into the Gidget, I said, well, what am I loading? You know, I've come all this way, and it is a fair way out in the middle of nowhere. It's milk, Little Switzerland, so a lot of coos. So we've loaded full chute of milk back. It's going to Alaska, so I'm going to shoot down there. Supermarket restock. It's 4:30 at the moment, our time. So how it is. Get shooting. I ain't gonna go like a madman. I'm just gonna try and get there for late afternoon, see if they'll take it off. Hopefully they will. We'll see. So here I am. I'm at the top of Dead Man's Pass. Some people say they don't call it Dead Man's Pass. I call it Dead Man's Pass because it's the start of it. Dead Man's Pass over there, the original one, somewhere in Hills there on the old road. But majority of people know it's Dead Man Pass. It is coming past down Cabbage Mountain. And I did get a flyby, but I saw this digi here and I wanted to know what's going on. The scale was closed, but I wanted to know. I think it's just a brake tank check. It'll be just routine thing for people for the authorities to check all the brakes. Good morning.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, no change with you.
Yes, I do, yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah. I couldn't wait, yeah. I just do a YouTube channel. I'm just doing my YouTube blog. So, there's the officer. He's checking. It's no chains he's checking. Thank you very much, sir.
Have a good day.
You as well, boss. So that's what they're doing today, is just checking the snow chains and what have you. So that's pretty good. Seems a bit bizarre, actually. Did you want me to go over that scale? I just shot over it, didn't I? Oh, well, never mind. We're out of it. And look how bone dry it is. Do you have snow chains? Okay. Seriously? Come on. You know, the weather can change up here pretty quick, but bit of a dry day to be pestering people if they had snow chains in it, really. But it was polite and nice about it, you know. You have to carry them. It's prevention more than anything. So, you know, I don't mind that at all because I carry them. But to the people who don't carry them and then mess up and hold me up going up the hill because the dumbasses haven't got any, they aren't prepared or anything like that, I don't know what the hell they're doing with them, that's when the shit hits the fan and everybody else gets held up because they're all blocking the road and everything like that. So here's the big old hill we're coming down. This is morning time anyway. I'm running exempt. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Yeah, I think I did. I'm running an exempt, so we're quite doing it. Hopefully, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. I've only got 300 miles left to do. I'm hoping to get there today and see if they'll take it off me. If they am, I'm ganning yam, that's for sure. Going straight home. So I've got this pass, and then I've got another one a bit further up into Washington, which I ain't too worried about that one, to be fair. And then it's the Stockholm Lake. Those axles and speed and stuff like that, somebody's tripping over those. Like I've mentioned before, some spotty little folk in an office has decided, oh, they've been done years and years back. As I always say, respect the hill and the hill will respect you. Come down it with the content. If you don't know the hill, don't come screaming ass over the top. I did that as a young buck, and luckily I got away with it. I burnt my brakes out coming down Summer Sierra, and it was one of the most frightening experiences I've ever had to go through. When that brake pedal's rock solid and you ain't stopping and there's nothing happening there apart from booms of smoke coming out the trailer, your ass starts going like a 50p, 5p, 50p, 5p, I'll tell you. It's not a good experience. Here's the last scale before Stockholm Mountain. This is like 50 miles from here to the top of the hill. Me and Richard once chained up right the way back here. The weather was that bad going over the mountain. It was a shit show one afternoon rather. It was the worst I've seen. I did a video on it. Oh, look at the weights. Oh, we're not weighing. I wanted you to see the weights on this. It's bang on the weight. But we're not weighing. Shall I stop and beat my horn and say I demand to be weighed? No, let's just get over and carry on, eh? And out the other side. Just coming around the lake now, at the bottom of Stockholm, as in Stockholm Lake. And I swear that with the last couple of years I've been out here, that froze over. Should be froze over by now. So I'm going to go up and stop and get a coffee at the top at the ski resort up there and ask the question. I swear the last couple of years I've been out here, that's been frozen over. Like I say, this is a mild winter. Well, I've only been out, this is my 3rd winter. And this seems super mild this year. It really does. Which I had knocking it. Well, that's my little pit stop at the top, and you can see, I spoke to the girl in the coffee shop there. Good coffee in there. If you don't know, the toilet's at the top here, if you want a big coffee. You can see on top of the pub there, oops, the amount, they've had a lot of snow. She tells me that they've had more snow here than they've had in the last 10 years, record amount for the last 10 years. So. But I must have just hit it right, because I was saying the lake still isn't frozen down the bottom, which she said, yeah, it usually is frozen, it's just it hasn't come in hard, hasn't the freeze hasn't come in a lot of snowfall, but the temperatures haven't dropped super cold, so, you know, it's all good.
Mile, turn left on I-90 West.
Which is ideal, you know, I've got all the one solitary person up on the ski slope up there. There are steep, horrible things there. I fell down I walked up one once in Sweden and fell down the goddamn thing. It was a ridiculous idea. What was I thinking? Need to try that skiing. Never tried it. So I'm really sorry to disappoint, but
turn left on I-90 West.
It doesn't look like I'll be slinging chains this trip. Oh, well, what? Because this is their this is my last mountain. Once I get down here, I'm at the coast, and that's it. So maybe next time, maybe a bit of luck next time. It's been super mild, it really is for me. Apart from the last trip before last, the one that I caught out in Texas, I've been pretty lucky. Still only one time slinging chains this year. Let's keep it like that. Right here I found when I come down here with my chains on. Go have a look at the video, Stockholm snow chains coming down here. Because as you come here, when it gets real snowed up, the snow is basically as high as what your concrete things are. Even though they're ploughed and whatever. So all you coming down here is dead straight road. It looks just like a ski slope. And I tell you what, it is arse nipping as you're coming down here, and it's all snowed up like this. This not so looking slope turns out looking like a bloody big long slope, and it gets really frightening. Like I say, when the snow's up at the side of that concrete, same height and maybe a bit more, just like you see here, just coming off it, it's a bit of a worry. You definitely tiptoe down. Well, I do. So I've just come up to the dispatch, fired it into the dispatch there, and explained, like I said before, and the lovely lady there is going to unload me. Door 19, look at her with the door up, ready, get in there. Sorted, as I've said before, time and time again. When you go into a dispatch, I'm a day early, remember. Don't go in shouting and screaming, whatever you do. Remember, you are at the god. They are the gods at the moment. They have your testicles right there. Or if it's a woman, they won't have your testicles. They'll have whatever equivalent to that, whatever. So it's entirely up to them whether you unload them or not. I always go in with the understanding to explain the full situation. Don't have them looking through the computer for your shit, because it won't be on that day's roster, because this was for tomorrow, yeah? So explain straight away. Don't try and hide anything. Just say, look, this is on for tomorrow's delivery, any chance of unloading it, blah blah blah. If they don't, they don't, you know what I mean? If they do, like I am, happy bloody days, you know? It's a day earlier, and it makes it worthwhile getting up at, what time did I get up this morning? I got up at 4 o'clock, I stopped at 10 o'clock last night, so you know, we've had a bit. And it just means now I'm going to be home a day early. Because straight from here, I don't have to have my 10 off, because I was running, where's the end of it? There it is. Wait there, I'm just going to check things. Yeah, so remember, I'm a day early, so let's go. I need to go back into my log, take it off supermarket now. Whereas I've explained before, when I'm on e-log exempt, because it's supermarket restock, if you do get to the under normal circumstances, if I was going from here, say to another load, I would have to. I'm unloading already. I would have to go on to break for 10 hours, minimum of 10 hours. After you've done a supermarket restock, e-log exempt, minimum 10 hours. But I'm going home empty. So then I'm going on to personal conveyance now, which is it's basically your own personal transport. Because I'm going home, I'm not going forward into a load, we're not hire a reward or anything like that. Home James. So that'll be the end of another trip. Just coming night time. I've just dropped the trailer here in Thermo King. We're gonna have a look at it and sort it all out, and hopefully see what they can do with it. I was noticing with this cop-out trailer, it's got steel wheels on the inside. I weighed it off empty, and it weighs 1,500 more than the carriers that we use. That's quite a lot, you know. And when I checked underneath and I saw the inside wheels were all steel wheels and aluminium on the outside, I thought, well, there's £500 right there. You know, but it is a good trailer if they can sort it out. Hopefully they can sort it out and get all the bits, but it's just been bodged, it really has. So hopefully I'm going to pick it up Sunday or something like that. So I've got 131 mile to bobtail home. Nice little shoot home. I'm going to hit the bloody traffic, so I'm just going to hang about here. It's 5 o'clock. I ain't sitting in that lot. So I'd rather just sit here, have something to eat, and then boodle off and a little bit. I should be home for 8 o'clock anyway, something like that. Hopefully, and that's me done. So that was 6,000 miles round trip. Grand little trip was that, you know, it really was. I've enjoyed it. It's been a bit steady. It was, you know, I managed to kick it home from last night pretty good in one hit sort of thing. Personal conveyance, 850 mile since I loaded this time late last night kind of thing. So I hadn't done bad, and it was worth it. They took it off, so I gets me home a day earlier, gets the trailer dropped off. So all good, extra day at home. I'm staying home now till Sunday. I ain't coming out till either Sunday night or Monday, depending on the weather. What is going? If I think I'm loading out of East Side again, but the East Coast, and that. So depending on the weather's going to be like over Snoqualmie, over the mountain pass, I'll either leave Sunday night to get over it, or early hours of Monday morning. They're going to pull it out here, so I can grab my trailer anytime anyway. So that's not a real worry. So 6,000 miles in, when did I leave? I left, let's count on the fingers. I left last Saturday, didn't I? Last Saturday? Did I leave Saturday? Yeah, I think I did, Saturday morning. So that'll be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 days, 6,000 miles. So, you know, I've managed to chase back a bit, and we've earned money. I'm up at 7,800 miles at the moment. By the time I get home, it's near on 8,000. Couple of days at home. I like to get over 10, 11,000 in the month, so, and then I'm earning a reasonable wage, so I can afford to stay home till Sunday, 4 days off and things like that. So let's have a look at the calendar. We're on the 25th, 24th is Sunday, so you know, as long I only need to get 3,000 in, I can leave Monday bush easy. By Friday I'll have 3. By Sunday I should be kicking on the door of 4,000, so it'll be a 12,000 month, which is a nice little earner. Quite a bit of time at home. So that's it, and the weather's looking fine. You'll have a super weekend, and wash your bloody hands. Bye bye. Hey guys, here I am in the local truck stop. This isn't far from my house, actually. This is Donna's truck stop. It's over there. There's Dino with his beautiful truck. Check this out. This is a Kenworth. This is on, what would you say it was based on? The colour?
1957 Lincoln.
1957 Lincoln. And he spec'd all this himself and everything, so all this colour, the lot. What do? You just mainly do propane, is it? Or
propane, yeah.
Propane, sorry.
Yeah. Just right here from just up north close to the border and right around the Puget Sound. And
he's a local guy, so it's the first time I've seen this truck. How long you had it?
It's been on the road for 3 days.
3 days?
I had the trailer for since July though. I was just had some, my old T600 was pulling it around and just waiting for this baby to get done. Spent 5 months at the shop here. It's it's a custom. Is
this the shop here that did it?
They did some minor work, but no, it's, did you ever see that show Trick My Truck?
Yeah.
So the Pickett brothers, there's one of the Picketts live here in town.
Okay.
And he's the one that did the truck.
Right.
So, wow. 5 months, long waiting line, and it's totally worth it.
Yeah, so there's a happy guy. You know, here he's obviously extremely happy with this. I'm just going to have a shoot round at.
I'll show you the one other cool thing that's hiding.
Look at that for a bar. That'll scare any deer. No moose is going to go near that. That's going to growl at them, innit? Oh man, check out those.
Most of the truck lights switch to purple, including up on the top on the cab.
I think this colour is absolutely beautiful. It really works.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know, it took me weeks to find this color.
Yeah?
Yeah, because looking at color swatches and other trucks and databases of paint codes.
I can imagine when you're paying that sort of money, you want it to be right. How long do you plan on keeping this?
Probably till I'll probably keep it for 10, 15 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you got to make sure it's right. Like Dino said, he's only got the short cab on it. He hasn't got the big one because he's home every night, basically.
Yeah, just a 40-inch sleeper. They just released a 52-inch sleeper for next model year, but the bed's only 24 inches wide.
Right, so that's... It's like our European ones, you know, I've struggled
it's like
forever.
on the couch, which I'm fine with.
Yeah. Let's have a look around this. This is all his own trailer as well, and look at that. The highly polished on this man is unbelievable. And he's got all these automatics, no chains under there. Yep. No slinging chains like I do for this guy. He's under there and all that. He's carrying a lot more weight than obviously what I do. Look, he's got the drop axle and stuff like that. What sort of weight can you carry on this?
105.5.
105.5. There you go. Check this, guys. Look at those lights. That is finished off so sweet in there.
He did a really good job.
Oh man, that is super tidy. Look, we've got no wires. We've got nothing. You know, this is just beautiful. Really is finishing off now. And as you come down the slim line, look at that. Check this. Look how trick these bits are. Did you spec all these?
Well, that was actually the trailer manufacturer that added this touch.
Okay.
This is a pretty unique propane design. The concept is to lower the weight down to a lower center of gravity and prevent rollovers. And so this is a new design, and there's got a lot of flack about it because it's weird. You know? Usually propane tanks are one cylinder straight across, but this I really like the company Exocent for their forward-thinking design, really to prevent rollovers. All that stuff.
Has this got baffles inside of it?
Yeah, there's I think there's 3 or 4 horizontal,
right,
and one vertical as well.
If anybody's ever done anything with tanks, I've only done lift tanks in England, and man, them things without baffles were a nightmare.
Yeah, you can't feel the same way.
No? Oh, I've done lift tanks in England. It was like, are we stopped? Yeah.
12,000 gallons of propane. I don't feel a thing.
That's pretty good, is that? As we move along, look at how streamlined that is. Absolutely, everything's just no expense spared on detail here. It's just all in there. And check, this is what caught me straight away. We've got a spoiler going on the back. That is sweet. Look at all even the chrome nuts, guys, on the top there, all the way around the seal on there. And then we've got even LEDs inside the back. Yeah, that's one beautiful motor, Dino. Thank you very much for letting us have a look round.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.